The moment the waiter asked, "Still expecting 4 more?" I knew. They weren't coming.
My name's Nathan, I'm 33, and last month I finally landed the promotion I'd chased for nearly a decade, lead development strategist at one of the fastest growing firms in Vancouver.
It wasn't just a title.
It was every late night alone in the office while others went out drinking.
Every missed vacation.
Every time I said, "I'll celebrate later." And now later had arrived, and I wanted to share it with the people who claimed they were proud of me.
My mom, my younger brother Tyler, my cousin Avery, and Uncle Sam. They were the core. The ones I bought groceries for when things were tight.
The same people who posted, "We're so lucky to have Nathan, the glue of this family." So I booked a table for 5 at my favorite restaurant, a cozy place with big windows and better memories.
I even offered to pay the entire bill.
They all said they'd come. I sat at that booth for 2 hours.
Ordered a drink I didn't want.
Smiled at the waiter every time he passed by, trying not to look like a man who'd been forgotten.
Told myself, they're just running late. Families like that.
Then my phone buzzed.
A photo. Tyler, center stage. Grinning in sunglasses, holding up a set of keys next to a brand new jet ski on a trailer. The caption read, "Celebrating the real win today. Tyler did it. Bottle with popping cork fire." And behind him?
My mom, Avery, Uncle Sam all beaming at some beachside bar.
Fancy cocktails. Big smiles. Not a trace of shame. I blinked, trying to make sense of it. Then another buzz. A text from my mom, sent an hour earlier.
"You're not exactly a priority right now.
We'll catch up soon. Enjoy your dinner." I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was so casual. Like blowing off your oldest son's career milestone was just a scheduling conflict.
The waiter came by, pity in his eyes.
Should I still bring out the entrees? I nodded. Too embarrassed to leave. Too stunned to fight. The final bill came to $1,750. I left a 25% tip.
The staff had been kind enough to pretend I wasn't having the loneliest meal of my life. Then I drove across the city to the house I hadn't stepped into since Easter, the one I'd been silently paying the mortgage on for 3 years. Every 10th of the month, $1,695 pulled directly from my account.
No reminders. No gratitude. That night, I opened the bank app and canceled the autopay.
Then I grabbed a sticky note, wrote 5 words, and taped it to the front door.
Let him pay it now. I didn't check if they were home. I just left. Quietly. Phone on silent. By sunrise, my phone looked like I'd fake my death. 81 missed calls. 14 voicemails. 17 texts. I didn't answer a single one. Not the one from Mom at 2:43 a.m. Not Tyler's chain of panicked emojis. Not Avery's. You serious? Call me. Now.
I sat on the edge of my bed in my dark apartment and scrolled through each name, each timestamp, each emergency that didn't exist the night before when they were clinking glasses at the marina. Then came the voicemails.
I hesitated. Reading texts was one thing. Hearing their voices? That made it real. But I hit play anyway. First message, Mom.
Not warm, not apologetic.
Nathan. What did you do? The mortgage bounced. I got a call from the bank this morning. You knew we were relying on you. Your brother finally has a win and you're being spiteful.
This is not how family behaves.
I replayed that line. Not how family behaves. Like blowing off my promotion was the standard for good behavior. Next, Tyler. Bro. This is messed up. Mom's freaking out. You didn't have to pull the plug like that. We were gonna handle it, just needed more time. More time.
After 3 years, they still thought I owed them more time.
Then Avery. No sugarcoating. Just venom. So now you're punishing everyone because your little dinner didn't go as planned? Grow up. You're not the only one who works hard. Tyler's hustling too. We wanted to celebrate that. Sorry your big boy job didn't get the spotlight. I laughed, not with amusement. It was the kind of laugh that comes out when you finally stop pretending everything's okay. My little job promotion. That afternoon, I took one call. Just one. Uncle Sam.
The only one who didn't yell, guilt, or gaslight.
Nathan, he said. Voice low. You gotta talk to your mom. Why? I asked calmly. So she can spin this and make me the villain again? He sighed.
She says she didn't know how left out you felt.
She texted me that I wasn't a priority. I snapped. You don't accidentally send that.
There was a long pause.
They've got 30 days, I said. Until the bank makes it real.
She's scared, Uncle Sam muttered. Says she'll lose the house.
Maybe Tyler can sell the jet ski.
And for the first time,
Uncle Sam laughed. Just once, sharp, startled. Then he cleared his throat and said, You're serious. Dead serious. That was the first time anyone in my family believed me when I said no.
And it felt like a gust of cold air in a house that's been too warm for too long.
That night, I got the message that changed everything. A long paragraph from my mother. Not quite an apology. More like PR damage control.
It was a misunderstanding, she wrote.
We didn't mean for the dinner to turn into a competition. I am proud of you, Nathan. That might have hit different. Except she ended it with, Don't let this one mistake ruin everything we've built. And that's when I realized. We weren't building the same thing. I was building loyalty. Stability. Quiet strength. They were building a system. One that only worked if I never asked questions. And the moment I did? It cracked. When the guilt didn't work, they sent Avery. In person. Uninvited. It was Thursday afternoon.
I had just finished a client proposal when someone started pounding on my apartment door.
I opened it and there she was. Avery. Cousin. Opportunist. Family PR rep when things got too messy.
She walked right in without waiting.
We need to talk.
I stayed near the door, arms crossed.
Talk about what? About this little tantrum you're throwing, she snapped. You're hurting your mom. You're hurting all of us.
I stared at her.
You mean like when mom texted me I wasn't a priority? Like that kind of hurt? Avery scoffed. You're blowing this out of proportion. Tyler just wanted to celebrate something for once.
He bought something for himself.
That's not a crime. No, I replied. But pretending that's an accomplishment while erasing mine? That's the problem.
She folded her arms tighter.
You always act like you're the victim. No, I said calmly. I'm just done being the sucker. She was silent for a second.
Then, in the voice of someone clinging to a script that used to work.
They're your family. They were, I said. Now they're just people I used to fund. Her face dropped. She didn't slam the door when she left. She didn't yell. Just walked out. Quiet.
Like she didn't know how to respond to someone who no longer needed her approval.
That evening, I poured a drink. Sat on my balcony. And finally let the stillness sink in. Not peace exactly, more like equilibrium. A balance that had always tilted toward them, finally clicking back into center. Then came a text from Jonah, my old college roommate. Hey, man. Your mom just called mine. Said you're having a breakdown. You okay? I stared at it. Then typed back. Nah. Just finally woke up. He replied. Proud of you, man. And damn, that hit harder than I expected. That same night, I got a long text from Mom. At first, it was soft. That warm guilt tone she saved for Christmas cards and late-night favors. "Nathan, sweetheart. Please don't let this spiral. I know we didn't show up like you hoped, but we are proud of you. Tyler's moment wasn't supposed to overshadow yours. Can we please talk? I'll make your favorite lasagna night, just us." Then came paragraph 2. The switch. But canceling the mortgage was reckless. You put all of us in jeopardy. That house isn't just yours to decide about. You've voluntarily been helping us, this wasn't your burden to drop. Voluntarily. Like $58,000 over 3 years was spare change I dropped for fun. Like helping them had been a hobby, not a sacrifice. That one word snapped something in me. That night, I opened a spreadsheet I hadn't touched in a year. Every wire transfer. Every utility bill. Every loan they promised to repay but never did. $74,000. 10 full pages. I looked at the total. Then opened a blank document and typed a title at the top. What I owe myself. Because for the first time in a decade, I was done measuring my worth by what I gave others. I wanted to know what it felt like to give back to the only person who never left me behind. The next knock on my door came 10 days later. This time, they brought the jet ski. Not a metaphor. The actual ATV parked in front of my apartment like it was a peace offering wrapped in stupidity. I looked through the peephole. Mom, standing at my door. Tyler, pacing beside the trailer, holding a piece of paper that looked suspiciously like a foreclosure notice. She knocked once. Then again. "Nathan, sweetheart, please. Just let us explain." I didn't answer. I watched. Because for once, I wasn't going to be the one to clean it up. They eventually left, the trailer hitch squeaking as Tyler peeled out of the parking lot like a sad parade float. The next morning, payday, my bank balance looked different. No $1,695 deduction. No silent sacrifice. Just, my paycheck. Whole. Intact. And for the first time in years, it felt like mine. But peace, of course, doesn't last long in families like mine. At noon, a collections officer from the bank called me directly. They'd found my number on old paperwork. Mr. Reese, we're reaching out regarding the mortgage on 14 Aspen Road. Your name was previously listed on file. I'm not the responsible party, I said calmly. That ended last month. There was a pause. They told us you always handled it. Exactly. That evening, Mom showed up again. Alone this time. No Tyler. No ATV. Just her. And a tote bag. "Nathan," she said when I opened the door. "Please. We need to talk." She stepped inside like she was entering a stranger's house. Which, honestly, she was. She sat quietly by the window and stared out before finally saying, "We're going to lose the house." I nodded. "You can stop this," she said, voice cracking. "Call the bank." "Just call." "No." She blinked. "What?" "I'm not calling the bank. I'm not covering the payments. I'm done." Her voice rose. "This isn't just about money, Nathan. It's about family." I almost laughed. "You texted me the night of my promotion to say I wasn't a priority. Then you all went to celebrate a jet ski. That's not family. That's a joke." She looked like she'd been slapped. For a moment, she didn't speak. Then she whispered, "I didn't realize how much you were doing. That's the problem. You never wanted to." She looked up at me not as my mother, but as a woman facing the consequences of enabling a system that was never sustainable. When she stood to leave, she paused. "Is this really the end?" I thought of all the birthdays I spent alone. The holidays I paid for. The debt that never came back. The thanks that never arrived. It's the end of me pretending this was love, I said. She nodded once. Then left. And that should have been the end. But Tyler doesn't know how to exit quietly. He showed up at my office. At work. The receptionist texted me mid-meeting. There's a guy in the lobby. Says it's urgent. Tyler. Wearing sunglasses indoors, tapping his foot like he was about to drop a mixtape. I stepped outside, jaw tight. You've been dodging everyone, he said. So I came to you. We stood under a tree outside the parking lot. He didn't waste time. We lost the house. I stayed silent. Mom's staying with Avery. I'll probably end up at Uncle Sam's. Still silent. Why'd you do it, man? You got your promotion. You're fine. Why'd you drop the grenade? I finally spoke. Because I was tired of pretending I wasn't being used. He looked genuinely confused. I bought that ATV because I wanted something for me. And I stopped paying the mortgage because so did I. He went quiet. So that's it? You're just out? Not out, I said. Free. He shook his head. You think you're better than us? No, I said, turning to walk away. Just better without you. That night, I scrolled through the old family group chat. Read every message I'd ignored. Then deleted it. A week later, I moved. New apartment. New desk I'd been eyeing. Solo vacation booked. New number. The money I used to send them? Now it goes into a savings account. The time I used to spend cleaning their mess? Now it belongs to me. No guilt. No burden. No next time I'll be the bigger person. Just peace. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do for a family who expects you to catch them every time is walk away and let them fall.